Welcome to Log Furniture How To, the most all-inclusive site on the net for log and rustic furniture, fixtures, and decor. That's logfurnitureHowTo.com.
Oh, hey there! Welcome back! Check this out! Yep, today's the day. We're finally going to start in on this project. Yep, and you may remember this log from a few months back when we went over to Mountain Shadows, picked it up from one of the houses that was destroyed last year during the Waldo Canyon Fire. So today's the day we finally get to start carving on this project. So why don't you sit back and enjoy it while we see what we can come up with. Yep, I've given this a whole lot of thought, and I think I've already got a pretty good idea of what we're going to do. And the first thing we're going to do today is get in here and start carving out a lot of this real heavy chart. You see, this is just going to keep flaking off and making a mess for years to come unless we can pick it out of there. And to do that, you can see I've picked out a variety of tools, including this old rock hammer. And I'll show you why I'm going to use this right now. Yep. You can see here that this tool's got this flat edge on it, and it hooks over a little bit, almost like a little miniature adze. And we're going to use it to get in here and start peeling off a lot of this heavily burnt wood. Oh, almost forgot. Here's a quick tip. When you're dealing with burnt and charred timber, you're going to want to make sure to always wear a dust mask. There's a lot of stuff that you just don't want to be breathing. Good eye protection. We're going to put on some work gloves too. Yep, so we're just going to keep picking and scraping until we get it down and start seeing this bare wood. Yep, and once we start getting up into some of these areas, it may be time to experiment with another tool or two. I've got this little nail puller. Yep, looks like this might work really well up here in some of these little nooks and crannies. Yeah, seems like this is doing all right up in here. But I may even get more leverage with something like this, a little miniature crowbar. Oh yeah, now that's what I'm talking about. Huh. Yeah, you see this knot here? Looks like it's in there like a loose tooth. We might as well go ahead and knock it out of the way. It's going to end up coming out of there anyway. There it goes. Yeah, so now that we're getting most of this real heavy charred stuff out of here, let's go ahead and move on to the next step. Yep. And for that, we're going to use one of these heavy-duty brushes right here. We're going to get up in here. We're simply going to start brushing this stuff out of here. Yeah, it's pretty simple, really. We're just trying to get as much of this real heavy char off of here as we can. All it takes is a little time, a little patience, and a little elbow grease. And in no time at all, this thing's going to look great. Alright, before we move on to the next step, let's take a minute and clean up our mess. So now that we've got this thing cleaned up, it's finally time to get out some power tools and start dressing up this broken edge. Yep, you can see here where this thing got broken as it got cut down. It's got a pretty bad edge on it. So we're going to take time to sand all that smooth. And to do that, we're going to use our angle grinder and this new DIY disc that we got at King Arthur's Tools. Now, as you can see, we got two of these. We're going to use the one with this rounded over profile. So this new Galahad CG fits on here with the 7/8 arbor, much like the Holy Galahad. We'll just fasten it on here, tighten it down, plug it in, and then we'll be good to go. Now we want to be real careful at this point not to take off too much wood. We're not trying to carve it here, we're just trying to sand it smooth, kind of polish it out. I'll tell you what, I don't think I've ever had so much fun. Now, if you want to see how this is going to turn out, you're going to have to click subscribe and come on back next time. This has been Mitchell Dillman with LogFurnitureHowTo.com. We'll see you again next week.